world of expensive real estate where luxury meets questionable decisions. Now, popular opinion is these multi-million dollar homes are the embodiment of luxury and exquisite taste. But that's not always the case. And today I'm critiquing Villa Spectre. This is the sister house to the Casa Maranello house by the same builder, which is right next door. Casa Maranello is the Ferrari themed house, and Villa Spectre is the British James Bond inspired house. Now, this will be a comprehensive look into the decisions that were made to create this house. I'll break down what they got right, from its jaw dropping and sophisticated design to its over the top details. And I'll also call out what missed the mark. Let's see if this high priced home is truly worth the hype. Now, I'll try to slow this down just a bit at times because it moves pretty fast. There's not a house tour that's conducted by a real estate professional. I think the ones that are out there are pretty much just kind of like camera flyovers or kind of run throughs. So I'm going to try to slow it down and give you a comprehensive look again, just so we can kind of dive into some of the details. Now, remember, this is nearly identical to the house next door to it. Now imagine that $50 million house and you have one that's just like it right next door. Now, right away, you'll see a lot of the similar details. Like if we go back to this kind of monolithic slab of stone, oriented in the same way, if I recall, as Casa Maranello, which is fine. You know, I don't really dislike some of the design choices. My issue is just primarily is this house is just like the one next door to us. So if I'm spending $50 million, I don't want a twin for one in the same neighborhood, let alone next door. But we'll get through. We'll get through this. One of the things that one of my criticisms, and I think we'll see. One of my criticisms has been that Casa Maranello didn't really feel like a casa. It felt more like a compound, like a corporate headquarters. I don't know if they did anything different to differentiate that feeling in this one from that one, but we'll see. Right away, I think we can see some of the design choices kind of showing through the marble, what appears to be marble on the fascia side of the roof line, which is what doesn't look bad. It's a detail that would often get overlooked because you just can't see it from the ground level. I think this is a really good vantage point. You can also see the detail of the roof. This is likely a TPO or something similar type roof, which, I mean, you normally see that on commercial structures, and generally they don't really put a lot of design thought into it because it's more it's designed to function as a roof and to channel water away, from the structure when it rains. The fact that this is still like a really very bright white tells me that this is probably a step above what you normally see, or maybe several steps above what you normally see in a commercial type construction setting. But look at if you look at the edges of the roof line, you don't see an obvious termination point like you do. Like sometimes builders will use what's called a termination bar, which would totally be inappropriate for a place like this. But you can see where the stone meets the roof, and I can't really tell exactly, but it looks like it's a very clean and crisp edge. to delineate the where the roof ends and the soffit or the siding fascia begins. But this is a great detail. Many people probably wouldn't care about it, but these are the sort of things that you want to see, that kind of speaks to what you'll see, the execution, the level of detail that you'll see inside the house. Because people, they nobody is again, no one's going to see the roof. So a lot of times, builders and architects don't typically spend a lot of time there. But to have this level of attention to given to a place that will never be seen by the homeowner is a great sign of the quality of the build team. All right, right here. I think this is one thing that I appreciated about the other houses, that it has a lot of exotic looking materials, and you want a house when you're spending this money, you want it to be striking, and this one certainly is. Again, look at the roof line. That is, I mean, it has a very monumental appearance just in the house itself. There, the all the roof lines and the shapes and forms. It's very linear. Nothing looks. I mean, this could be, a piece of art itself from a visual interest and symmetry perspective. Let's see how that entry looks when they show the approach to the house. Oh, there you go. One and two. I mean, they are very nearly identical. They have the same kind of uh, um, elevated kind of card landing drop off. I don't know if you would call this a porte cochere. This seems a lot less formal, but a lot sleek and a lot more sleek and contemporary. Not really sure this bump out at the top. I don't know if that's just like the entry, the highest point of the roof line in the house. But clearly, these are very much related to each other. They frequently show this particular perspective. I don't necessarily think it's the money shop. I think I've already talked about the roof line. I don't think we need to keep seeing it again. But in the I guess it's trying to show the scale of the home. But the outdoors, I mean, we're already in Florida. I think it's kind of a given that it's going to be beautiful weather. But I don't think this is the money shot. I think the front the approach should be the money shot, and they don't do a good job of kind of showcasing that. Maybe it's on purpose, but we'll see. One thing that just jumped out at me. This appears to be the garage. Looks like I believe this is the garage. If I recall, in Casa Maranello, it's the same. You have look what looks to be two, maybe it's two-car garage on this, well, opening anyway on this side, and maybe three on the other side. So you have your row of British vehicles lined up here. That's what it looks. That's what it looks like. I don't know if I like having this in the front. When you pull in, I mean, obviously, for convenience sake, yeah, I think you want to, maybe there's some interest or desire to have that there because you want to save the side and the rear entry for the bay view or canal view. Again, this level of home shouldn't have garage visible from the street. And here is the, I guess this would be kind of like the whole theme, the entry into the theme of the home. You see the spirit of ecstasy, much in the same way, if not exactly the same way as the prancing horse of Ferrari. I do like this section. This looks very, um, kind of the scale makes it. It has a grand feel to it. Look at that. Now that's pretty doggone cool. So if we look at the stone here, I'm not really sure what kind of stone this is, but just immediately in the same line of sight, you see here, and even in the foreground, you have the stone, the same stone that's repeated throughout the home, and you have this beautiful trim of it appears to be brass trim. Don't really like it right here because it doesn't really do anything. It's a soft glow. Maybe it's supposed to disappear into the home, so you don't actually focus on the light fixture itself, but more about the glow of the soft glow of the light that mirrors the brass tones, and also the tones in the stone and in the natural materials used in the home. But I like the brass inlay or the edging or the detail in the stone that matches this. I think this looks good. It's a lot of it. Did you see that? Now this starts to look like this is kind of overwhelming. This starts to look like maybe visual effects where you see kind of like like when you're looking in the mirror and like, you look in a room like a hall of mirrors. I can't remember what you call it, like at the at a I don't know, at a carnival or something like that, where you see like everything around you kind of just like repeated infinitely. This what this kind of reminds me of. I think they could have gone a little bit different and not have so many columns. It's a lot of columns, and I think this. I can't remember what the square footage is. Probably over 20,000 square feet. This I think this is a lot of columns. I would have preferred, at least in this space, to maybe have something that's a little bit more substantial feeling, where you didn't have to use as many columns, but you still want the columns or something more, again, more substantial, so that you can get that feel, the repeating of the stone and the brass inlays, but not so much of it. Looks like it just looks dizzying at this point. Now again, we talked about this before too with the other home. The bar area. This looks like a luxury retreat. I think I mentioned that before. And this is it looks more like a something where you go to, maybe like a hotel bar or something like that. Really nice, sleek hotel bar. Because it's just so big. It doesn't look cozy. It looks like somewhere where you'd bring your employees, much like the Casa Marinello. Yeah, see, hotel lobby. Doesn't look like a home. This looks like a hotel lobby. I don't care how nice the seating, how, we don't see any, hotel brand names, but you might as well have a plaque right here that says, I don't know, Marriott, Hilton, or whatever, whatever you want, whatever boutique hotel. That's all it's missing right here. Um, I don't know. I think it seems to go out of its way to not look like a house. awesome pool table. I don't know if there is a James Bond connection to it, but it is awesome. Maybe there's a nod to Q and all the gadgets and things like that that would be incorporated in a James Bond film. So I dig it here. It's cool. I much this would not have fit well in the Casa Maranello. This is at home here. I think this feels more this home feels more or the environment inside that they're trying to create feels more sleeker than the other homes. Strangely enough, because they share so many different details, you still feel there's a little bit more. It has a more high technology oriented feel. So it looks like they're gonna herringbone us to death. I don't know if it's the same. Oh man, I think I'm sorry. This is the same room, just a different vantage point. But geez, I was like, man, they're gonna make us. They're gonna get us sick with herringbone, the herringbone trim. But just I don't know. It just seems like I don't know. They're trying also to incorporate a lot of different textures too. That's kind of jarring at some in some way, not in a bad way. Just your eye just kind of goes to it. Like you see the herringbone or the chevron pattern, and then you have the what looks to be kind of like sandwiched plywood in this area here. And then you have something going on, maybe like a soft brushed area right here, and then you have the waves of the stone going across. See, there's chevron, up and down sandwich. You got brushed across, and then you have waves going to the side. Then you have it looks. This may be something repeating from the similar area right here over by the chevron. But then you also have the long lines of the I don't know what you would call this soffit or a tray, sort of a tray type ceiling. It's a lot of directions that's happening. I would have preferred them to stick to maybe one or two directions, but not one, two, three, four, five, six, and then we got seven, and then we have the stone going in a different orientation. Just a lot. Oh, how could I forget this? We got the vertical trim contrasting with the horizontal waves. There's just a lot going on here. I think it's visually, it's a lot to take in. Maybe this was intended. Maybe this is what someone wants, but it's hard to concentrate on all the very, the nice details, the exotic materials, because everything is exotic. Nothing is, I mean, everything is special. So how do you focus on one thing? It's just a lot going on here. The other thing too I noticed is the lighting. I don't really know what's in the shelving or whatever this is, but the lighting is kind of distracting. It doesn't focus on. You see lighting there, you just don't know what exactly you are supposed. What the light is um, accentuating. It's really difficult. Even like I think light should draw your eye to it. This kind of makes me not want to look at it because there's so many different things. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but I would have preferred them to kind of pick maybe like instead of lines here and here and here and here, maybe like focus on having the orientation in one consistent way. I see this vertical detail here. Maybe the line should have followed this from floor to the ceiling, from floor all the way up to the ceiling. Maybe right here on this side, and maybe another on this side. and repeat it here. Totally take away the whatever the detail that runs across, because it looks like this is mirrored, and so it's just repeating the same effect, which is kind of jarring in a way. It's taking away from some of the details here. We have the light here, which does I think would have done a good job of providing the downlight in both sections, where you don't need this linear light right here. You could obscure this light, the long linear light behind this, where you just have the soft glow, and then this would be the task lighting for something really cool right here. But this is a lot going on. I don't know if these are flowers, or I don't know, but it doesn't do a good job of making good use of these tall spaces. I think this is a better vantage point here. So you don't really know what to look at. This is just, just on the other side of the wall that we've just looked at. Again, you don't know where your eye should go. This is a beautiful piece of stone. This is a beautiful TV surround. All these things, I love the brass detail here. It's competing too much with all these things right here. I think they should just get rid of these different shells. And there's a lot of detail in the shells that I didn't notice before too. Probably an unnecessary expense. It doesn't do anything, or it didn't do whatever it cost. It didn't do what it intended to do, because it's competing with these really cool details here. Now, this is the first room to me that kind of does I think it does what it's supposed to. It's busy, but not in a bad way. You have the light, the chandelier. You have this really elegant looking marble slab of a table. The chairs do not impede on the visual beauty of this table. They are the right scale, even though this is it's got tall ceilings. They seem to be the right scale for this room. They are just below the top of it, and so that your eyes should go appropriately. They should go right here, and that's what it does. Great job here. All right, here goes corporate kitchen again. Now I dig the islands, if you will. I don't know if it needed two. I think maybe they could have done like a really humongous, you know, humongous slab. Maybe put them together, because now like this monolithic marble piece here, it doesn't look as special anymore because you have another one right here. Now, some of the details here, again, we see the repeating of the themes with the bar seatings that kind of mimic the shape of the dining room chairs. Really cool detail here for your footrest with the light. Looks like some sort of rock or pebble detail down here or something like that. Can't really tell. Actually looks cool. I dig it. It looks less to me like a corporate dining room or a corporate break room than the other house. This is cool. Just get rid of one of these islands so you can focus on the beauty of this stone. Now, that's what made me. Let me go back here. This is what made me think of the corporate break room feel right here. Think about when you go to your a lot of your office spaces, and they have like the wall of microwaves, so that all the employees, when they go on their lunch break, nobody has to wait on the microwave. They have their own. This is what this feels like. Now I know these are not all microwaves. We got 2 coffee machines here, or coffee stations, and then we have I think both of these are, or maybe one's a steam microwave and one's a or a combi oven or something like that, and the other one's a traditional microwave. But uh, gosh, this just looks like I don't know. Maybe if using a different design, I can't tell if this is a meat. Looks like it may be Mila, but it may be wolf. I can't really tell what it is. But um, the I, it looks like, I don't know if it's the handles that's kind of adding to, like, it's a lot of stainless steel, like, and not in a good way. But those things could be changed. Now, what is this? What do we have here? Is this a spa? I don't dislike it. Nice, cool detail here. Don't know what kind of stone it is. I think it may be. Oh gosh, it escapes me. But this is cool. Now, this shelving. This is kind of. This is fine. I think they got too many plants right here, but that's just not a house detail, so I'm not really concerned about that. But they do have some symmetry here. I don't know what you would do with this. This looks like this is about probably 20 feet tall. So I don't know who's putting things in the shelving. So maybe that's not very. I don't know. Maybe that's not really functional, not really useful. Down here is fine. Um, but I like the clean. I like that it's kind of pared down a little bit. You actually can see some of the nice detail in the stone finishes. The floor is appropriately kind of muted. The inside of the stone inside the spa pool or whatever this is seems to be the same as what's on the wall, and that's I dig um, the symmetry there, the bringing that detail to kind of marry the spaces together. Looks good. The wait, that was stunning. Let's see it again. Right there. Now if this is the same stone, it looks even better slowed down. And that's why I wanted to show these. So we'll kind of slow this down and give you a little bit more comprehensive view, because it's very easy to get lost in the details. Now this is a sauna. That's cool. Um, this stone is very cool. What I wish they had not done was to use the edge trimming, the finishing edge in black. Um, Maybe it could have been something that blended in more, maybe like a gray or a white or something like that, so that it feels more. Uh, it would have given it a more uh, kind of a solid feel, like as if it were these weren't just faced on the walls, but more like big chunks, huge chunks of marble. When you have these edge bands that line the edges, the corners, it diminishes that solid, that very chunky, solid feel. Wait, what was that room there? Wait, what is this? Okay, those are all the plants. All right, looks interesting. Right there, what is that? Okay, that is the weight room and the. Okay. What do y'all feel about? What do you feel about turf? Maybe you can't. Maybe you need turf. Maybe there's no way around it. I believe that's probably the case. It can be the low maintenance or a low maintenance option, or maybe just grass is hard to grow consistently in Delray Beach. Um, don't hate it. Don't love it. I think it's necessary for that outdoor feel. So, not gonna take anything from it. Take anything away from it because of that. Still looks like a resort, like a corporate retreat. I don't think its best asset is not the outdoor space. And even with all the linear uh, design features throughout the house, including the pool, uh, this seems to be a lot more haphazard. Maybe the experience at ground level is different. I would have preferred to have seen something that was a little bit more angular, something that kind of followed the theme. Right now, this just looks like this is like maybe like a pathway outside. I don't know, maybe like a public walkway that's kind of traversing across the back of the property, allowing people to kind of like almost like a walking path or something like that. It doesn't look connected to the house, and I'm sure it wasn't cheap. This looks like a uh, I don't know what looks to be. It could be I don't know maybe 8, 9, maybe even 10 feet wide and probably 200 or 300 feet across from one side to the next. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't executed well. I mean, you can see like the shape. The shape doesn't have any function in any rhyme or reason to it. It seems very haphazard. Uh, it should have followed the shape of the house. Maybe like go along here, the back of the pool, the same uh, angle or orientation of this edge, and then maybe like had a sharp edge coming down this way and then following out, kind of sort of like a I don't know, maybe like a terminating in an L shape type of thing in the corners, but it doesn't do anything here. Now I do like this. I like the where you can actually see. It looks like it looked from those shots earlier where you couldn't see the stone, and they've used this extensively throughout the house. I like the edges that terminate right here up in the soffit areas. This is really cool. Don't really love the this fake wood tone under here, but I know why they have it there because it's outside in this, exposed to salt water and that climate. So you have to have this so that you can have some sort of earth tone, natural material look. Uh, it's just not attractive, but I know why they had to have it or why they wanted to use that material. This is cool. This is not cool. Let's go back to the walkway I just saw right here. Look at that. Now, someone may like this. I just think it does not make any sense. These are unnecessary curves because it doesn't follow like the natural orientation or landscape. Usually, when you see curves, intended curves like this, it's because they've designed it around existing topography, maybe like if it's stone or it's rock or something like that that they're working around. This just seems unnecessary. It doesn't look attractive. Basketball goal is nice. Soccer court or soccer pitch is nice. I don't know if this is true soccer, it may be something else. So forgive me if I say the wrong thing. It looks like it's just a mini soccer field. Wait, did we see it lined up? Okay. Now this looks to be. I don't want to go too far ahead because I think it's going to skip. But I like how this line right here, this midpoint of the field, seems to align with the edge of the car overhang type of area right here. I think if we were kind of oriented, we went over just a little bit to the right, we may find that that it lines up really well. These are the sort of details that make a difference when you have you have a house like this. Everything has to have a purpose and a design intentionality to it. And it did. I was right. Let me go back. Right up. Right. Oh, right there. I missed it. But you get what I'm saying. That line is a very cool detail because when you're sitting here looking at the motor court area over here, you see that line. It's very pleasing to the eye to have it follow that line right there. Nice detail. Nice touch. Yeah, now this part right here, I like the bedroom. Here we go with the some crazy shapes again. We got squares right here. We got whatever parallelograms right here. And then we have these lines interrupted by the wall sconce. Maybe they should have been brought down just a little bit so that the tops line up with this line here. These lines mean something. When you take these away, when you have these kind of crossing the lines, so to speak, crossing the lines, yeah, pun intended. When you have these crossing the lines, they take away the visual interest that these have, and these are important because everything else is above your head. You can't see it, but this one you can. This one you can. This one you can. So to bring it down would have been a better execution of that and enhancing the feel and the look of this room. Not really a fan of these mirrors. I mean, this isn't an architectural detail. These are just kind of just more furnishing details. I don't know if this was a staged house or what, but looks like they were just trying to fill up this wall. That's what this looks like. This is just wall filler. Like this space. This is cool. Looks like looking at this again, right here. I know there's a big door right here, but it's coming down this long hallway with all these columns, and it's so wide, it looks as if it's a furniture store. Like you're walking, you're looking at all the different displays, and then because it's so wide open, it just has that feel. It doesn't look cozy. It just looks like you're walking into a designed space or you're looking at Restoration Hardware's catalog. That's what this looks like. There's a lot going on, but I love it. This is nice. The floor, the walls. Now look at this. This is a repeated style that was in the living room with the roof line. Also, the shelving. This is a lot. I think I like it in here better than in the living room. This is not bad. This is, I mean, it's a closet. So, I mean, a closet. And look at this. This is something else. This is like this looks like I don't know, like a Prada store or something like that. It's very nice. Do you see all the shapes again repeated? I don't know if I like it, but
This is Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises, built to meet any brief.
shapes. We go against those sconces that were not lined up well. Nice. Nice. Not nice. Nice. Love it. Very nice. Same layout, bathroom. Materials make the difference here. Not nice. This doesn't look like it belongs in the same house. What happened to the stones and the woods and stuff like that here? We see it kind of repeated here. We have the same detail here, but right here it's like they gave up. What happened? Cool door. Now this is awesome. I like this right here. This is the one thing that excites me about this room is this door. This is probably a, I don't know, 11, 12-foot door. Uh, this hardware looks very elegant with the trim that matches on the inside in a different orientation. Love it. This door, I love it. Don't love it. This looks like a, I don't know, like a man with wings. I don't know if this is intentional, but this is pretty interesting. I don't know if they meant to do this. This looks like the spirit of ecstasy. The wings, this looks like this could be a face and a body. I bet you this was intentional. If so, this is pretty spectacular. They were able to find marble that does this, that book matched marble that has this effect. This is really cool. This would probably be lost with most people if you didn't stop and just look at it really quickly because they're moving pretty quickly through here. I love that stone. All, all the balls. This is meant to be more cozy. The walls are shorter, like the race car on the wall. Wow, it's nice. I like this piece. like how they just kind of ran through. This is a salon, spa, with a robe on the wall, with nice details. I don't know what that is. I can't really tell. This is wallpaper. This is something else, but this is nice. Love this stone area right here. This is nice. They should have spent a little bit more time kind of going through this. This is a nice detail. Oh, ask and you shall receive. Nice. This looks cool. Now we get to see at night. Look at his brother next door, Casa Marinello. All right. Now we have the Spectre coming through. And then we get to see how the lighting, the architectural lighting, works in this house. I love this. The architectural lighting is one of my favorite parts of house tours like this. Nice office. Or is this a cigar? This is a cigar room. That's what this is, a cigar room. That's what it looks like. Love it. Love it. Look at it. Look at the contrast with the wall, the cabinetry. Just enough of metal, the metal interaction. Not too much. Just enough. Very manly. I love it. All the columns again. Now I'm just waiting.
Introducing Remarkable Paper Pro, the ultimate paper tablet.
Where you call me to go, where you call me to go, where you call me to go beyond. And that was Villa Spectre. All in all, I think they did a good job. There are some things I would have done differently if it were my house, but hey, it's not my house. Thank you for joining. We'll see you next time.